Meantime, Prime Minister the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis announcing a new initiative the government plans to implement if a hurricane hits the Bahamas again. The Prime Minister making it clear in an interview with our Altavi's Munnings in St. Lucia today that climate change remains a top priority.
Leaders of the 15-member Caricom countries and associate states have ended discussions in the 2019 Caricom Heads of Government meeting that took place here at the Sandal St. Lucia Spa and Beach Resort. We understand that discussions became intense sometimes, but during an interview with our news team this morning, Prime Minister the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis described the talks as productive.
We had a very interesting report, especially on a commission that was done about the economy. How do we grow our economy? How do we help the poor, the underprivileged, etc.? And as you know, that's my government's trust to assist the poor, assist the underprivileged. And what the report is, though not complete, the final draft is not complete, but what the report has pointed out is that education is most important. Because if one were to place money in the bank, you're getting a return of 0.5%, but education gives you about 15–20% return, and we're on the right track in terms of offering free education. There are many small contractors that cannot break loose because we insist they've never done anything more than $500,000 or whatever. But how are they to break loose if the government do not take risks? We cannot ask the banks to take risks. If we don't do it, what happens? It's the same rich individuals or the same affluent or large contractors who get all the job. And that's something I'd have to address when I get back home. We must take risks with our small contractors so that at the end of 3 years, we have 3–4 of those small contractors who can be considered huge contractors, and they can now do multi-million-dollar complexes and developments.
So I know CSME is very big on this agenda this week. The Bahamas does not condone it. Are you getting any backlash from your regional colleagues about that?
No, I've told my colleagues that our position is firm. The Bahamas cannot support free movement of people. We have challenges right now with Haiti. And even today, Haiti is experiencing lots of unrest. So we can expect more Haitians to attempt to get to our shores. Fortunately, we've just had installed a radar system in the southern borders by the United States government, of which we are grateful for, and they're placing 2 additional radar systems. They are helping us greatly. But our defense force, our vessels must be even more vigilant. Our people must be more vigilant. And I've informed them that we will be very vigilant in securing our borders, monitoring our borders, and we will work with Turks Island because they have the same dilemma, the same problems. We must work together so as to minimize any form of migration within.
Prime Minister Minnis also revealed details of his conversation with Norway's Prime Minister, Her Excellency Erna Solberg, on Thursday. They addressed climate change and the impact of hurricanes.
We must move now where we must have a central community center, but shelter, hurricane shelter, which can work as both a community center throughout the year and hurricane center when necessary. And such a structure must be centrally located, for example, in Exuma. So we can put such a center in Exuma so that should the need arise for us to evacuate, we can evacuate the southern borders to Exuma, where we'll have all the proper facilities, airport, etc., and health facilities, and those from more northern borders can be evacuated to New Providence or other islands as necessary.
Some of the items discussed at this week's meeting will be transferred to a new agenda for the regional leaders' intersessional meeting that will take place next year, February. Reporting from the Sandal St. Lucia Spa and Beach Resort on Pigeon Island in St. Lucia, I'm Altavi's Munnings, ZNS Network News.